So, are you ready to talk about it, or?
I am.
Take a listen. Need to say what we so different. In your ear or on your screen. The only place you need to be. It's the Reese Monty. Guaranteed to give you everything you need. You're about to get a little You're about to get a little
Good morning. It's your boy Ramont
And I, Reese. Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. We're coming to you live and direct from another undisclosed location in the DMV area. We're still in the DMV. As you guys can see, we have a guest with us today. A guest that's coming back, the first guest that we've had in this season of podcast.
He is.
The first one. Welcome back.
To come back?
Yes.
Yes. Everybody want yeah.
No, y'all need to drop the fucking horns.
I'm gonna drop some horns.
Did y'all remember?
Drop them horns.
I said horns.
Did I give you horns?
No.
I give you everything else you wanted.
You have. Get that. You have. So here we are.
Yes, we are.
Kiki back in the building.
Well,
How is everybody doing?
what's up, everybody? I'm well, friend.
I'm good.
I'm well. Given the
I
time,
thought was somebody in the room. You know, I was because I'm saying you said like because I'm talking like this to you.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot like okay, you know, don't turn your back against me.
Yeah, so what's been going on? Like,
You know, I gotta check my notes to see if anybody got to count their fucking days.
yes, you are. Where am I looking? Over here. Y'all know Ramont be with his shit with his people, his agencies or places he be going.
I only had Auntie Anne's because they asked for a tip on that little payment machine.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
What did you do?
Provided you a service.
you talking about the kiosk?
Yeah, like at the mall.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Why is that a problem?
All you did was reaching there, pass me a bucket of fucking pretzels.
Okay, and did the little plastic bites?
So,
That's
Did they?
That's your job.
Did they?
it is their job. But
You know what? Doge need to go over there
And you
start
suspicious.
really digging into that because while you asked for tips and all you did was fucking pull them out the little oven thing.
That is like for like that like you didn't do anything like you reached the little woman of it and that's all. Like I didn't see you make them and you don't do the little bites. I didn't do the fuzzles.
if you sat around and watched, they roll that dough out, they cut it into the right proportions, they put it in the thing. Their work.
Or did they make the dough
your
from
work,
scratch?
it's your- maybe. I don't know. I've never watched. I just rolled it down.
Maybe
Would
not
you
at
leave
the
a tip at
kiosk.
McDonald's?
If
Or
we're
place it.
customer service,
I mean, no, all they doing is passing. You go through the drive-through. This is you get a number 6. You pull that go sit on the total.
how you gonna give a tip to the driver?
Uh,
Like
You gotta pay. You gotta pay with your card, and it can say, "Do you want to add it to it?"
no.
Oh, but you telling me I gotta add it to that again.
That
The machine asks me. That ain't gonna ask me. I can do it. If you're inside of McDonald's and you order your food and you swipe it, it asks you, "Do you want to leave a tip?"
I miss the old days when they put them little cups on the thing and it said tips. Like, let me leave the tip if I want to.
Well, with my little extra tip, but nobody asks you.
Exactly. That ain't my problem. That ain't my
I
problem.
mean, you have homeless people walking up to you saying, "What's your cash app?"
crazy.
Facts.
It's just
Because why do you have a phone?
Facts.
Obama gave him phone.
Not the Obama phones.
Now them begging all the Obama phones. Well, Obama phone.
This is what they be talking about with that. They be like, you fucking liberals.
Proving out cell phones and shit. What? You know somebody with a phone? Yeah. Do I get that?
Oh,
Oh well, guys, because he felt like really. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. You know, when you don't want to talk about something because you know somebody like real personal.
Yeah.
They give you opinion,
And then when you listen to the podcast, and like, I know he not fucking talking about me and my Obama phone. Yeah, I got an Obama phone.
all in the comments. Right. Right.
I think that.
So what you trying to say?
So to the tip thing, right? I'm trying to.
Back to it.
What do I order somewhere on, like, I order through an app. Chick-fil-A.
I do leave Chick-fil-A.
Chipotle asks if you want to leave a tip.
Oh.
And
He does.
The only tip I leave, like, especially like delivery, is with Chick-fil-A. It's because they're so freaking nice. Like, they show up and they be like, my pleasure.
Sometimes.
wait, Chick-fil-A
Every time.
Chick-fil-A personally delivers to your house?
Yeah, they deliver to my house. When I used to work from home, y'all, and I didn't want to make no breakfast, and it was a long weekend, I'll do my little scramble order online, and they drive over here. It take like 15 minutes.
Let me tell you what.
I wish.
On the way here, I wasn't going to bring it up, but here we are. I'm going into, we're not going to say the name. I'm going into a store.
Okay.
I went in to see if they had something. They did not have it. So I went in and I came out. The little boy that was pushing the carts was pushing a cart in one of them kitty carts that had a little animal on the front or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coming in. So I was like, oh, excuse me. You know how you do the little song dance because you're both trying to figure it out?
Yeah.
This motherfucker looked me dead in my face and rolled his fucking eyes.
You should have.
And I said, you work at fucking sick. Oh.
You should have
She shamed it in the middle.
Wait.
I was so irritated because customer service.
And now a middle class worker.
He's not even a middle class. He's minimum wage. And minimum. Let me find
You got a fucking job. You got a job. To me, act like you want to be here. Like, that was rude. That was rude to act like I was in the way, bitch. You, to me, if it was me, I'd have stepped back and been like, go ahead. Because you're a customer.
Yeah.
But you also see me working.
With the, you know what? You got it.
But you know what, though? He was out here pushing these cars. And he was like put on cart duty.
He pushed a cart.
He was on cart duty that day, and that baby was was it this week?
It was today.
Today? It was nice outside. Okay.
It was nice.
But maybe he just ain't want to be out there.
Not my
He want to be on the road.
because I don't
Hate when they used to make me go outside.
Your first job was at a grocery store.
It was.
What was your first job, Kiki? Are we calling you Kiki?
Huh?
Is it like, because I feel like there was a moment where you was like, don't call me that.
I did it.
Never did.
Oh,
He
okay.
wanted to be.
I never opposed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it Big Kiki,
I thought it was-
Kiki or just Kiki?
Whichever one I'm feeling like at the time.
Okay.
The bitch crooked again.
I ain't never.
Always gonna be big Kiki.
I'm just looking at it from.
Wait, it looked like it's good on the screen though.
Yes, it looked good there. But I just look at this bitch crooked again.
Let us pray. What
I
was
was about to say something about that. So there was a checklist going around on Instagram. It was like something about like it gave a list of things talking about if you were introverted.
Oh yeah, we saw that figure.
Yeah, and then
I just saw it.
We'll talk about it later.
all right, and then so one of the options were like after something happens, do you come back like to yourself and say what you would have done after you think about it? You really think about it. So thinking about this, right, in this whole like situation with the cart, in your mind in that moment, you like, you don't want to be confrontational. You're just kind of like, it is what it is. And you're going about your business. And then after the fact, you come back and be like, bitch, you really was like, not going to move with this fucking, I should have foot the shit out of this cart. Like I should have.
But I should have.
Growth.
But me being who I am,
Growth.
that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about growth. But before we get there, there's another real quick thing I want to throw in here because I'm all about PSAs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that when you have to piss on the side of the road, there's rules to that, right?
Okay.
So I see this gentleman step out of his vehicle to piss on the side of the road.
Okay.
So he's pissing on the side of the road. I can see him, like the side of him, right? So I'm like, but he's looking around, I guess trying to see who can see him. But everybody can see you because
Everybody.
you opened up your back door, got out, and pissed on the side of the road. What you should do, people, in my opinion, if you don't want to be seen pissing on the side of the road, open up both doors.
Correct.
Or open the back door and step in front of it,
Correct.
right?
But you still need to open the front door because then people.
Because true story. But it threw me off because I was just like, why you looking around like you worried about being seen? Put yourself in a position where you're not seen.
We can see you, buddy.
PSA, just
I mean, but we already see you stopped on the side of the road standing there. So it's like,
but you don't know what I'm doing. You can assume.
I really don't care.
Mm.
If I got to be, you want to see it, you want to see it. I mean, technically, who we're driving too fast to even like catch it. Okay.
That's a different
Name just stuck.
Yeah, penis and hand and everywhere.
Let me see your hands. Switch hands so I can see it.
I see that video where it was somebody got pulled over or whatever, and the police was doing a pat down. He was like, "What is this, sir?" He was like, "My dick."
Yeah, I seen that. A white guy? Yeah. He was like, "You're what?" He grabbed it again.
Like, sir, we know what we're dealing with here.
Right.
So yeah, I thought that was really weird. I don't think I have any other pieces. This week has been shitty, so I don't have anything. Actually, last week was shittier, but this is a better week, so I guess we're happy to be here.
I'm trying to see if I've done. No, I've just been. You just worked for me. We worked together again. We all hung out.
While working.
While working. But yeah, that's about.
I had fun.
Speaking of
From where
that
Trying to
job,
hang out. Yeah.
yeah, do the job you're hired to do.
Wait, were y'all working? Oh, y'all were working. Okay, yeah.
Keenan is a bad audience member.
Yes,
I am not.
You were very confrontational.
very.
Well,
Yes.
You remember? Bingo.
I just
And
put
he-
my little card down.
And you kept telling us that we had attitude while you were arguing with us. Like, wait, what? Like, we're just trying to defend ourselves.
And get the game like, yeah.
That bingo, we never again.
I played a couple of rounds, and
It was round.
It was one, and it got to a point I was like, I'm not doing this. And I just put it down and I went upstairs.
And I think you got stuck up there because every time
I did get stuck.
yeah, you were stuck.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
But
You
it was fun, though. Yeah.
You had fun. I'm not going to mention everything that happened, but you had fun.
I had an amazing time. So apparently I asked some inappropriate questions, but I don't remember. But it was still an amazing
You did.
time. Here's my thing.
You said you did. He definitely did.
Here's my thing, though, right? Like, yeah, they probably were inappropriate, probably were not
They were.
for the moment at all. I get that. However, comma,
Dot.
I feel like when I'm drinking, and y'all know this about me at this point, about in our relationships. When I'm drinking and I'm having a good time,
That's it.
I'm having a good time.
That is it, and that is all.
Period.
Right.
And sometimes that comes at the jeopardy of other people around me.
That's a jeopardy.
Now we're all in danger.
Right. It puts everybody else, but at the same, like, baby, I'm going to have a good time. I'm sorry that you're upset with me right now, but I'm about to go over here and giggle in this corner with my friends. So this is what it is.
I get it. I get it. I think that you should. I think that everything should be done, you know, in doses, or what's the word?
Yeah. And moderation.
In moderation. That's what I was looking for.
All of those things I
Yeah.
agree, but in these situations, it's not happening. Especially when I'm just like, when we're all just throwing back mimosas and stuff like that, you kind of lose, not control, but you lose count. And then before you know it, everybody's around there giggling, having a good time.
I think that it's for me, it's about the company, because sometimes I think that when it's us in the group that we're very comfortable in, I don't like that. I don't think anything about what you're saying, and and when it's the new people that we don't really know that are in the group, then I'm just, because for me, when we were having when we were upstairs talking, and you asked a question, I was just like, my first thought is, take it the wrong way and it's going to be a situation. Because I know you, and I know that you don't mean anything by it. It's just because I think we share that. I think all of us kind of, not so much Ramont. Ramont isn't much of a, I feel like you process what you're going to say before you say it. Me and Keenan,
I do.
are much more word vomit, and then it's like, okay, it's on there, now what? What you going to do? Like, we're here. So, but it's just the way it's received.
Yeah.
And in those moments, it was, I think that part of it was people were just kind of like, well, what? And they know how to respond.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't a thing of it being turned up or turned into anything else.
And I appreciate you for taking lead. Thank you. Because I wasn't going to do it.
I know. So if we're giving flowers real quick, I want to say, because we had worked another event recently, the birthday party. They were both the birthday party where you bartended and I did the door.
Mhm.
So what I want to say to that is, and this is a real moment, like it really, I sat back and I really thought about it, and I was like, I am just I'm thankful and I'm appreciative for you as a person, but also being a really good friend, because I think a lot of people, when they're out here getting money, they'll gatekeep and kind of keep people away from getting into that.
Mhm.
But you pulled me in, and then kind of allowed me to grow my own wings in regard to what I do at a function. Like, bartending is one thing, and I'll never ever be like, I don't compare, right? Like, I've learned a lot from you and I'm appreciative of that. But I've done the door at other parties. I've done different things. I've hosted at other parties because you pulled me in and gave me that opportunity to be in those spaces. But it was never like, oh, damn, Reese is doing this and you felt some type of way. Like, I can appreciate that you know, they say you want people to speak your name in rooms where you're not there but represents you.
Yeah.
I feel like you do that. And not just for me, for all of our friends. And I just really appreciate that, because I feel like a lot of times in our community, whatever you want to call that, be the Black community, the LGBTQIA plus, whatever, it's not happening a lot. So I'm just very
We
thankful.
know it's LGB now.
Shut up. I can't keep up. But no, I do. I sincerely appreciate that, because I was just like, when I got the call to do it, I was like, normally shit comes through you, and now I'm getting calls and I'm just like, oh,
Well, they asked,
Okay.
was I going to have, Reese, have your bar back? I said, no, I'll have Shaq. And it was like, do you think he'll work it? Oh, yeah, go on. No thing, you don't nothing, Reese.
and that's what I'm saying. I
Oh, yeah, you just go check.
yeah.
And my thing is, I'm always going to put my friends on. And
Number
I'm
012.
what?
Take a picture.
Take a picture.
The number for your coat. Take a picture, because if you lose it, you're gonna be sitting here all night.
012, because I'm not going to be searching around for it.
Because I want to work with people that I know and I can trust. And I've worked with people in the past that I did not know, and things have gone sideways, things have gone missing, and it just been bad. So just like, if I can put on with my friends and I can work something with my friends, one, we all gonna get along. We all know how to communicate to each other. No one's gonna feel some kind of way about something.
And it's still that you got back up.
Yeah.
Back up. Back up. And the whole party. Entire. Right.
That is, we can be at a function, not
Separate.
functioning in the function, but functioning together. And it's a good ass time.
Yeah.
Or if, like, Keenan hasn't really worked with us, but you see Keenan and you be like, oh, Keenan's having a good ass time. And Keenan will come
Keenan
up
sits on the wall in the back at the cookout and just watches.
I will
until
these things
I look away.
until that prosecco start flowing, that champagne, and then I am.
And here he is.
Round.
Yeah, but Saturday I realized, I was like, I'm not up for talking today. I just wasn't up for speaking, and the rowdiness in the room is just kind of my nerves. I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Like,
It was right.
y'all got it, because y'all adults just cannot be quiet to listen to some simple instructions.
Yeah, it did. It was.
I think I did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna show up.
Yeah, we're gonna show up. We're gonna do what we need to do. Everyone's gonna have a good time.
You
But
hire us to do something, it's gonna happen.
yeah, it's gonna happen. Huh?
However, comma.
Yeah,
The car ride home, Reese.
Baby.
everybody was drinking. Like, that was kind of given.
This was before. No,
This is before it hit. That was the thing.
yeah, like I wasn't even drunk yet.
Yeah. And then, to my point, do the job you're hired for.
Yeah.
Because I think you spoke about the eerie,
The DJ was very aggressive.
and it was unnecessary.
Very aggressive.
Oh,
Unnecessary, in my opinion. I was just like, to the point where at one point, I think you had left.
And gone.
It was like a 20-minute dissertation about their life, where they had been, what they're doing. And I was just like, what am I listening to?
oh no.
Was this on the mic?
On the mic. On the mic. So I went upstairs and I was like, I don't even want to hear this. Then I come back down and it's like, I've been here over the time that I was, I'm doing y'all a favor. So somebody in the room was like, well, just pass us the oxygen. That's sad. pass the aux cord because we don't need this. It was almost like she was chastising us.
Because you talking to the wrong group, talking about favors.
Right. Like, I've been here past the time, but you want to be here.
You're on it. This on Spotify.
And it was behind and still was there. So it was just...
Monty, play that Beyonce mix.
Exactly. Exactly. Because there is one.
And loop it.
This one Kiki. But it was just so much. And I just felt like, do the job you were paid to do and then go about your business.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need to be all of that. I never, ever want to feel like someone is doing me a favor or you have to remind me of what you've done. I don't like that in any capacity.
Yeah.
Especially if you're being paid, like, do your job and go home.
You shouldn't stay past your time unless you already had conversation
Because
of overtime.
I'm going to tell y'all, if you ever want to hire Ramont don't do no free minutes after. When it's done, it's done. I remember one of the first events Ramont was like, it's whatever time it was. And I was like, okay. He was like, let him know. Because now Ramont is cleaning the shit up. This is one of the first times. So Ramont is getting things together, like getting things to go because I don't know the ropes yet.
Right.
Let him know if he wants us to stay, it's going to be X amount of dollars. I said, oh. And I said, okay. So I put on my HR hat because, you know, I'm a little, when it comes to talking to people about money, I get a little, because I don't want to hear no shit.
Yeah.
But I said, sir. And he was like, oh, no, that's good. I said, okay, but we need to ensure that you understand that there's payment. He was like, hey, I'll go back to Ramont. He was like, okay, he wants to stay. Does he understand? I said, yes, I cleared it. He understands that he got it big.
Yeah.
He was like, okay. So yeah, we don't do extra for nothing.
Maybe remind them back off that table.
Then like,
whatever it's done, and put it in that little draggy thing with the 4 wheels, and we all are out. Everybody. If there's a picnic and it's outside, we're coming with a folding table. We're all going to be in the corner. When he
in a car.
When he say let's go, that's what you're going to hear because the table going to clap up and everything's gone. There is
and 6 niggas walking up.
We done. They be like, are y'all done?
Yep.
They be so mad.
They do be mad. Okay.
You're like, what do you want me to do?
And the crazy thing is that I wasn't even working. I was there.
But get in line. Get in line.
And it was time to go. It was time to go.
Everybody.
He clapped that table together. Put them bottles in that little.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's always.
It was done. I said, okay, party's over.
He is good with clapping that table.
Absolutely.
Because when it's time to go, it's time to go. Like, I'm no longer being paid. Everyone here is drunk. And it's just kind of like, I've done all I could do.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you're not staying anymore? No, for what?
Yeah.
The liquor's gone. The ice is gone. Like, the sun is going down. Like, the party's over. It's not my fault you came late. That's not that good too. It's not my fault you came late, but the party's over.
Or at least for the bartender.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, they stop tipping anyway.
Oh, that's
if they start, baby, because that's something I watch now is when people tip, and I don't watch it. I think it's just in me to kind of look and see. At the party that we were at, one guy was tipping like $1 and $2, which is fine. Like, tip whatever you're gonna tip.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like every single time. I've learned I just tip a flat $20, $30. If I know I'm drinking, I give you 20, 30,
You're
40.
at the club. Yeah, people do that.
Yeah.
It's like you're not at the club signing a receipt where you gotta leave $1 each every time you come. Right. It's like,
Right.
Like, it's just Cash App or Venmo. Like, you can send one thing. You're gonna be all night, but
we did it for sis on Saturday.
Yeah.
Where Cash App just gave her a solid boom.
Yeah, exactly.
And she just kept on flowing.
Yeah, and that's what it should be.
Yeah.
I don't worry myself.
I want to tap back. You had mentioned on the last episode, I think, about somebody dying from a spoon death.
Oh yeah, I did mention.
It did happen. Like I read. It did.
Oh,
somebody did. Like, it was weird though. I didn't read the whole story. I was like, okay, it happened. So yeah, that's weird though, because I don't know who was spooning somebody to death.
in a sense,
You got suffocated.
Huh? No, somebody spoon, like with a spoon, killed someone.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, like stabbing.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, man, I got it.
Come on. I can pierce. If you hit one.
I guess you gotta hit the right place.
Yeah.
But
And?
it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, threw me off. I think that would be it. Okay. We talked about, it's in my throat. I was trying not to cough.
For everybody listening,
before we get this fact, it's the fact that you look down at his mic.
Make sure. Is this on?
Move your hand right there, Reese. Let me make sure it's still being recorded for him
to understand something.
on the pad.
Came on here because I got some shit
Move
to
your
say.
hand on the pad. I'm like giving you a direction.
So, is it still?
Yes, it is.
It is? Okay. So, one first. We not no broke ass niggas.
Oh shit!
There
I was like, what's he talking about?
There was a couple of
What?
around the time frame, and we went to an event and there were some entertainment.
Call it an event.
Yeah, it was an event. Well, at least it felt like an event.
We were there. We had a time. It was an event.
Mentally, it was an event. Maybe honestly, we forgot why we were there.
We didn't know. I did not know that we were the one. So for context, I don't know what. What was that? It wasn't called Niggas Broke.
It is called These Niggas Broke.
Niggas broke.
Yeah,
So the episode, These Niggas Broke. Keenan and I and some friends went out. I didn't mention your name.
No, you didn't.
But
now we know you were there.
Keenan was there. Keenan was the one that was buying either. Did you buy drinks?
No. He brought drinks. I'm the one that pulled out the black amount. And
Well,
you was like, you was like, oh, I know what kind of night this would be.
Keenan, like I said, so we pull up to the store. Keenan goes in the store, and I'm like, okay, so me and another friend, we just talking. The other two, all three of us are in the car just talking. And he comes to the car with the black amount. I was like, oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here the fuck we go. And then we get in there. Did we start smoking it before we got in?
No, it was after like the first round of drinks.
But you bought a round of drinks too, I feel like.
I think I did. I probably did.
I feel like
That's what kind of night it was. Like, we legit went in there to have a good time, not realizing why we were going in there to have
We
a
just
good
did
time,
not
or
know.
even what the event was. Like, we
That's
just
it.
went, right?
It was just
We
like-
knew the name. We knew before we left to go, but when we got there, it went completely over our heads. So none of us thought to like, oh, maybe we should stop and get cash.
No.
I mean, you don't need to do a PSA for our viewers. You need to do a PSA for the young stripper man.
And just in case the young stripper person is listening, bitch, we're not broke.
Ever.
Period.
But he did say we was broke.
He did say we was.
And got his ass
Yeah.
He tagged his friend. You know, damn when they tell a friend.
Baby, I was like, but Keenan wasn't even there in the moment. Keenan was, I think, probably at the bar. It was me and oh boy, and I was just like, I was low key embarrassed for real. I was like,
That shit was funny. When I
But move around, 'cause I'm not-
that shit was so funny.
it was.
And then we finally got our little $10 because one of our friends brought us 10 ones, and then
Oh yeah,
we made their little 10 ones being stretched the rest of the night. Maybe.
How did I get
All of y'all
I
here.
went home for the money because I didn't.
See, Reese.
Baby, because they wasn't really fucking with me because
It was fun.
the word got around.
It was fun, but I've definitely seen better entertainment. But it was fun for what it was. I mean, let's speak about it.
Say their name. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, back in the day, baby, they used to be over in stadium swinging on poles, and
So they used to be the day.
But no,
go
when was
down.
it before that?
It was Stadium. I don't even remember Stadium.
What was the one that was next to
Aqua.
No, it was next. This was years ago when I was here.
We're not that old.
No, I ain't been here that long.
I'm just not that old.
I mean, I've been here a long time, but I don't think I've been here that long. Never mind. We're going down the rabbit hole. Second thing I wanted to talk about.
Wrap this shit up.
The second thing I'm gonna talk about is I'm gonna call him girl. Yep, because I feel like it, and that's all I got to say. So if I want to walk around here and I'll be like, girl,
See, I told you.
girl.
Reese, you the only one that got her out of it.
Yeah,
I am not.
I'm gonna say
My man, no.
well, I'm gonna say it. That's all I got to say about that.
You got your man, girl.
Girl,
I told you, it all depends on like what's going on. It's just gonna come
it
out.
just flows. Yeah, it's kind of like part of like the lingo at this point.
Especially if you're trying to be funny. Okay, girl.
Right, exactly. Exactly. That girl, shut the fuck up.
No,
It kind of just flows at this point. It's nothing, too deep.
Like I think I played a video on my phone last night. Yeah, hey, that's too loud.
Right.
Because my mom just like, you be playing TV loud when I be sleeping. I'll wake up and say shit. Like,
Let me give a real quick PSA.
Sit down.
Let me give a quick PSA. Everybody can't come on here and express their grievances, okay? This ain't that.
Me.
We appreciate the feedback, though. Thank you.
I don't think everyone would. Everyone not part of a story. Like he was part of those stories. So it's not expressing a grievance if he was part of the story.
He wasn't a part of the girl story.
I was.
That's his opinion. Him and his man can grill each other all day. As you, well, I guess.
So we.
I mean, you talked about the people in the friend group that are considered husbands, except for the one that you said is not.
So why do you want to be messy?
So we weren't the couple.
Why do you want to be messy?
I said the name. You didn't.
Yeah, I know.
Next topic.
Keenan said he wasn't talking about me.
Right. I got some shit to say.
this.
I got some shit to say. I said to myself,
He wasn't fun of the story.
I got some shit to say.
Story. So speaking to that point, why are you here today? What are we talking about, Ramont?
What we're talking about?
Because I love Ramont can put together. You know how you have different people for different shit.
Yeah.
In my head, it makes sense why you're here. Like I understand.
Yeah.
But Ramont is going to be able to wrap it up to where they'll understand. Because I'll talk in a circle, and it'll be like, "What? What are we talking about? Ramont, what are we talking about?"
So the main purpose of us being here, we're talking about growth, but most importantly, we're talking about the growth of Big Kiki over here. So, Big Kiki, this is your life. Me and Reese talk first.
Yeah.
If you don't know Keenan, in a sense, to know him is to love him.
Absolutely.
And he has come a long way. And that sounds like you went through like rehab. So,
I don't care who you.
But like when and then like when you came back to the States, and I realized that you had changed. I think I said it to you. I was like, I miss my friend. Like, where's my old? I was like, where's my old Kiki at? Like, where's it? You're like, no, friend. Like, I don't do that. And then I had to realize, like, he's different. He's been gone for several years, so things change.
Yeah.
Hell, you could have came back with an accent. So it was just like, okay. And granted, we still have the memories and the times of how Keenan was. I mean, I had nothing but fun with him. It's my story.
Okay.
But I know it's still there.
Oh yeah.
He's hot-headed like me.
So to your point, I think that I share the same sentiment. I think that the only thing that I would say is different is and I don't know your experience. For me, I never experienced Keenan the way that he was in the times that he was more aggressive and dare I say belligerent. Okay. But I'm saying for me, I never did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my experience with Keenan has always been similar to what it is now. Very cool, calm, collected. And I don't know if that's just because we didn't share a lot of space when we were first hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would be in group settings,
right.
But in the scenario, like when I would hear stories and however comfortable you are with expressing, but there was a story about a party bus getting jumped or fighting.
I definitely was about to get on to that.
Okay, so that's like a story. I never witnessed that. I never witnessed any of that. So it was always like I heard, you hear about someone, oh, Keenan is this and this and this and that. And I was like, I've never had that experience. And so there was a house party that we were at. I did see you kind of get upset, but we literally walked outside, went to my car, we sat down for a minute, we talked, and that was it for me. I was just like, this is who I know. This is who I like. This is the person this is the version of him that I'm comfortable with. But I had never really seen the other version. So I'm interested, and I definitely have questions because how did you get here? And where were you? Because again, I only heard stories.
Yeah.
And we've never really deep dived or talked about how ratchet you used to be.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think I've ever deep dive into it with anyone at all, like do a timeline of things and events and stuff like that. I've never really gotten that deep into it. I want to circle back really quick to like when you gave your flowers to Monty and everything like that. I just want to give my flowers to the entire group, because the DMV, the group I have here in Maryland in the DC area, they were the individuals. You all were the individuals that saw me in some of those situations. Like not everybody, they're not here right now, but the ones that will hear this, they've seen me in those situations, right? And even after seeing me in those situations, to this day, they still treat me as a friend. They could have easily turned their back like so many other people, but that's never been the situation. Let me cover this out by saying, like, I'm not an extremely aggressive person.
No.
I'm just not. I'm really not. I try my best to avoid confrontation. I've always tried my best to avoid confrontation, but for some reason, it always met me. It always...
Y'all, I avoid conversation, but that bitch be right there.
Conversation be like, what's up?
Right.
It was always knocking at my doorstep for some reason, all the time. So let's go back. So I moved here from California, right? So moving here from California, I didn't have a lot of gay friends or anything like that. I didn't have a lot of Black friends, really, moving from California to Maryland. So I was excited to come here because I was always told it's Chocolate City, like it's a different vibe. And I got here and I found out really quick that it was like a melting pot of everybody everywhere. So I could only appreciate that. And so, I'm sorry, excuse me. At the time, there was this group where all the military guys were in, right? And so everybody knew everybody at the time. So I moved here in like 2013. My best friend at the time was like, oh, you're going to this area. Let me connect you with some people, connecting me with people. And then those people connected me with people. That's how I met Reese. That's how I met Auntie. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's kind of like
His
how
name
I
was Ramont here.
Ramont. Okay, my bad. R&R. But that's how I like branched out to
name tag. Sorry, go ahead.
That's how I branched out to like reach different people. That's how I got to know different people and who they were, and they got to know me. Well, what I did not know was that in that particular group, just how messy a lot of that shit was. I had never experienced any of that. And going into my adult lifehood, like in California, coming here, I had never experienced some of the stuff that I came here. Don't get me wrong. Like when I was in California, I got into fights, but never with other peers, like ever. Like it was never with other gay guys. Like I never got into a fight with other gay guys. I was fighting straight niggas out there for whatever reason. That's when I got hit up a couple of times, you know. But I never experienced that. So I came here with the intentions of embracing that. Well, I learned very quickly, like trying to embrace that was not so easy because you have a lot of, at the time we used to call it catty. You had a lot of, you had a lot of catty ass niggas that was just like always, every time you saw them, they felt the need to throw shade about something.
Do you feel like it was, like, do you feel like there was a reason, or is it just in general?
I don't know.
I know it's violence.
Say what?
I think that and I ask you that question because I think that a lot of times the shade and the cattiness that we find ourselves in, or it's the situations, a lot of times when you're somebody new, right, into an area, people don't know you,
right?
They don't know how to approach, and that's some people's way. Like we talked about it, I am very playful, but excuse me, one could say catty because I'll create a story like we know each other, and it's like, wait, what? But it's all in fun for me. So some people's intentions aren't ill, but then I also think that there's jealousy and there's envy.
Right.
When you are an attractive person, you come into a space, and when you walk into a room, you're first of all, you're a tall man, you have stature, right? But you have a presence about you. You're very kind, and you walk into a room, you fill that room up, whether you know that or not. So I think that can be also either intimidating or it's just a turnoff to some people. So that's why. And so I just wanted to know if you knew why, or if you felt like you knew what the reason was. What was the reason? Why people were being that way? I think it's a combination of those things, but why you guys fit in?
I'm just thinking about people just like mad because Keenan just walked over like, this bitch.
Right.
Like, but I'm just thinking about it. Like, it's just funny.
That's how I felt though. And it only felt that way when I was like around the other guys there. I'll just call it like SecOps. When I was around the other guys of SecOps, like whatever it was, right? Like anytime I came around that group of people, it became a fucking issue every single time. And how I knew that it was only an issue with them was because I had met other people that were not in the military, that were outside of that group, completely disassociated with anybody in those groups. And I can go and hang out with them, and it's always a good time. Like, you know, I can drink with them, I can talk with them, I can laugh, and nobody's being catty, nobody's being shady, none of that. Back to the jealousy and envy thing. So my auntie told me at a very young age, because I remember saying this one time about some people, like some younger guys when we were all younger. I was like, auntie, like, them dudes, they just jealous. And my auntie said to me, she said, Boo, they call me Boo, right?
Oh,
yeah, that's my nickname. That's my childhood nickname. They were like, Boo, she said, Boo, boys can't be jealous. That's a female trait. That's a bitch trait. And that stuck with me like the rest of my life. So every time I see that and I feel like it's another man that's acting like that, and I'm like, oh, you acting like a whole bitch. Like, for real. In my mind, that's where it is, right? But even in those situations, friend, like when I would walk in or something like that, because I did get that, like people would just roll their eyes, like, here come this bitch. I had done nothing but say hello. You know what I'm saying? Like, I legit done nothing but say hello. And I was meeting that all the time. And even in those situations, I was still trying to be friendly. And even when I try to be friendly, I would still be provoked.
Confrontation.
Yeah. It would always just meet me. It would legit meet me. And as the years went on, it continued to happen. It continued to happen more often. I remember I was fist fighting with someone at the time that I considered a friend, like a really close friend. When I was we were in Laurel, and they called me out pretty much, and they were like, "Oh, I'll beat you up," blah 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 blah. I said, "Well, let's go." I remember we went downstairs to the parking lot, and next thing I know, I'm throwing hands, and it was more so like, okay, I'm done, because I just tapped his ass out. It was on video and everything, right? Yeah, there's still a video floating around about that shit. Yes. And so
I know
from that point on, like me and that person, I still see them, I still hug them, I say hi.
Do you guys, are you guys friends? What do you think?
We're not, I wouldn't say we're friends.
Okay.
We've been in the same room with each other, and I definitely like have had a conversation with them, like, hey, how's it going? Like, I'm not holding this, but he did hold that afterwards. Like, yeah, you got tapped in your jaw a little bit, so yeah, you would be.
Okay, so sidebar, like, I'm just curious. Can you, in this space and time, do you feel like you can get into a physical confrontation with someone that is your friend and still be friends after the fact?
Not at this point in my life. I can't.
No, I definitely. I just don't foresee, if you and I ever, and I say this all the time, I don't know if I've said it on the show, I love my friends, and I know my friends, and I think that is the beauty of our friendship. We know each other well enough to know there's lines that don't get crossed.
Yeah.
Ramont and I can have a disagreement, and I don't think we've ever really had a real disagreement. But if we were to have a disagreement, I think that he and I both know each other well enough to know that I can only go so far. Even Ramont calling this man, and I've said this, calling him irritates the shit out of me. But because I know him, I know he doesn't mean anything by it.
Yeah.
It's cool. To go the full out extent of touching, like putting hands on each other, sir, we gonna fight to the death. And whoever wins, wins. But I'm walking away from that shit completely. I cannot. Like, you are
fighting.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it ever got there. And that's my point. Like, I feel like I was curious if you guys, and I get it.
Yeah.
Being cordial.
Right.
But I don't know that I could ever call someone that I had to fight.
So this was in 2014, right? I moved here in 2013. It was 2014, 2015 time frame. And so, that was me coming from California. So people that, I don't know, I think I've told y'all this story. Like, when I was in California, I was like stabbed 6 times.
No. I've heard that. Like, I've heard it. but I've never heard.
So I got into a fight with two
Is that where the
guys.
scars come from?
Yeah, that's where the scars come from.
Yeah, I know. I look at y'all, I'm like, oh, they battle.
Yeah. That's where the scars come from, Craig. Not the military. Not the street battles, Craig. That's where they came from.
My friend was out there for us.
Yes, that's where it came from. So
Gold, purple heart.
yes, when I was on the fight, I got into a fight with two Latin guys, and wearing their ass out. Got mad, pulled a knife out, stabbed me 6 times. So at that point, after that, bitch, I'm not taking chances with nobody.